What's up, Oshean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic and the commissioner of the Ocean League. We are here for the round 2 battles of the playoffs, the quarterfinals for game of the week. We got 2 great battles for you guys. The winner of each battle will be going on to the semifinals for Division 1 and Division 2 respectively. As always, guys, do me a favor, leave a like on the video if you guys do enjoy the game of the week. If you guys enjoy a deep dive into particular matchups or games, I really would appreciate that. And of course, comment your thoughts on both battles that you're going to see here, as well as stick around and make sure you guys hear the secret word of the day. Those of you who watch the full videos know there's a secret word that's usually happens towards the end of the team builder we do, and we're going to try and incorporate it into the game of the week as well. But we got 2 great battles for you. Starting off, the first one is going to be Sir Kill versus TNT, who was featured last week, and we also have Pat Mac against Roy Mustang, who is going to be in Division 2, excuse me. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I do want to say I have a bit of a sore throat. I took a bit of time off of streaming. I should hopefully be back tonight by the time you guys are watching this, and ideally that's gonna be when it is, but we'll see what happens. If not, is what it is. If I have to pause for a cough break, I apologize. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First team is gonna be Sir Kill against TNT. Kill is rocking the Tornadus Therium with the Excadrill and Tyranitar core. He's also rocking with the Latios, which is super scary. Galarian Weezing as an answer to fighting types, which honestly the Sand core hates, as well as Torrenti. Like, honestly, the first thing is just look at those. The build around the Sand is fantastic because Sand really hates fighting types and Drill and T-Tar, and having access to, of his first 7 mons, 5 of them which are either resisting, immune, or 4 times resisting fighting, that's amazing. That's really helpful there. He does also have 2 normal types though in the Heliolisk and the Audino, which kind of compound that weakness, and he does take away one of the prolific Mach Punch users in the format and Girder away from his opponents, so that's really useful there. And TNT doesn't have necessarily a Mach Punch user, so it could be a little bit difficult for him to get the W without having a way to hit the Drill and T-Tar for super effective damage while they're being outsped. But hey, this guy did get a sweep with Cobalion last time, so maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to make that work again, because this thing does get access to Stone Edge as a way to hit things like the Tornadus, Iron Head to hit things like the Weezing and the Latios, and after that, all he really needs is fighting coverage, so we will see if that works. TNT's team, Clefable, Mega Aerodactyl, Nidoking, super threatening Pokemon, all of them. Blastoise, the Shell Smash, very scary Jirachi. When there's Jirachi, there's hacks, there's a way, there's always a chance. You never know what can happen. Galarian Moltres could be good this matchup, could also be really bad because of the Sand core, of course. Electivire, good coverage. That's really it. Honestly, electric immunity for a team that's electric type is the Heliolisk, when I think there are many better Pokemon that he could bring. I don't think that Electivire would be a good bring to... It would only be a good bring if he expects the Heliolisk to be coming. Munchlax, it's not happening. I don't see it happening at all. Ribombee with webs, not really, because a lot of the team is weak or is off the ground or is just not caring about webs, and he has 2 of the best defoggers, 3 of the best defoggers in the format. Actually, no, 4 of the best defoggers in the format. 3 of them being Tornadus, Latios, and Weezing with defog, and then Rapid Spin Excadrill as well. Super good there. And then Talonflame, I don't like Talonflame personally, so I don't really see a need for him to bring it ever, but hey, to each their own. If you can find a use for it, then it would not be surprising at all. It's a very annoying Pokemon nonetheless. Looking at it in terms of things that would do well, on Kill's side, the Sand core is really good. It's very strong because all you need is Steel and Ground, and you're hitting basically everything for neutral or better, which is amazing. Actually, outside of the Talonflame, but Rock Slide, obviously, so I don't think that's, again, I don't think Talonflame is necessarily going to be coming, so really all you need is like Earthquake and Iron Head, and you're good to go. Tornadus being able to get rid of a Violites, being able to weaken things down with like Sludge Bombs for the Clefable, Hurricanes for everything else is really solid. You can run a Charty Berry set to weaken and lure in the Mega Aerodactyl, weaken that thing significantly, and that's a really solid way to do things. Latios can break things as well, extremely well, whether it's Dragon Dance or it's going to be just special. As long as it weakens something like the Jirachi and the Moltres, then it's going to be in a good position. Obviously there is a Clefable, but Clefable either has to run Unaware to prevent the Calm Mind, or it has to run Magic Guard to prevent random Toxics from like the Galarian Weezing. And even then, I would not be surprised to see that Galarian Weezing just put in an absolute ton of work, being able to kind of handle the Moltres, the Clefable, the Aerodactyl to an extent because it's super defensive. So yeah, that's really it there. One thing I do see Kill's team struggling with is going to be that Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl is going to be such a huge problem. He might honestly have to go like a defensive Latios to be able to deal with it, because it's just that hard, unless he's running Levitate on the Weezing, and even then he may not want to run that. He may want to run Neutralizing Gas as a way to make it immune or make Tough Claws negated, so it takes away that basically Life Orb boost from things like Dual Wing Beats and Stone Edge. But we'll see what happens. In terms of 6 I'd bring for Kill, I would say something like honestly, the first 6 let's take away Chandelure. No Chandelure. We'll put in Araquanid instead. I think that's a really solid group there. So the first 6, Torn, Excadrill, Latios, Mega T-Tar, Galarian, Weezing, and Araquanid are all really solid. The reason I'm saying no to Chandelure is because it's outsped by Nidoking and it's just destroyed by that. It kind of gives free setup for Blastoise. Moltres kind of resists everything it can do really, and that's the big thing. So again, we'll see what happens, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump into TNT's team now. On TNT's side, I'm thinking the Aerodactyl has to come. That is going to be his win condition. I think Cobalion is really solid here as well. Bulky enough to take many different hits. Gets the +2 in its attack, and then can just put in tons and tons of work. Clefable, I think, is a must bring as well. Yes, there's an Excadrill and a Weezing actually, but I still think is really good. I also think Nidoking is great, and then Jirachi too. So I think that's, I've said 5 Mons. Clefable, Aerodactyl, Nidoking, Jirachi, and Cobalion. And then on top of that, I'll just say Blastoise because yes, there's an Araquanid, but Araquanid doesn't appreciate what Aerodactyl can do. It won't appreciate Zen Headbutts from Jirachi, it won't appreciate Stone Edges from Cobalions or random Rock Slides from Nidoking, so Blastoise can really chip down the team that way once that thing is weakened. And at the end of the day, if Araquanid is at like 30% because it doesn't get any reliable recovery, then Blastoise can really just win if it gets a Shell Smash. So we'll see what happens. That's what I think for TNT's team. If I do see any other, like, look, the biggest thing I can see, the biggest threat I can see is going to be the Aerodactyl, and Nidoking is also very, very good. The problem with Nidoking is it won't really have many opportunities to come in. It's going to come in on, like, the Weezing. It's going to come in on, like, the Tyranitar, I think, once it's Mega Evolved especially, and then, like, the lower tier stuff. But that's not the biggest threat. The higher tier stuff is the bigger threat. So we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle. Boom, I have mine here, and boom, you guys have yours there. All right, so taking a look at it, we see basically what I expected on Kill side. I'm surprised that there is no Tornadus. I am surprised about that. There is an Audino instead. I don't know if Audino is super bulky enough to take the hits from the Aerodactyl, and we'll see. Honestly, at this point in time, like let's be honest, flying and ground coverage just decimates Kill's team. So Aerodactyl can put in a lot of work, and we got 5 out of 6 members right as well on TNT side. No Cobalion, he brings a Talonflame instead, maybe as a way for removal, as a way to be immune to the Earthquake and resist the Iron Head. Who knows? I don't really know what it's going to do too well. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know what it's going to do. I really don't like Talonflame at all as a Pokemon, and in the matchup, I don't think it's going to be very good either, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take a look into it. Let's jump into the leads. I think we're going to see a lead of Talonflame and a lead of Araquanid. Let's do it. Let's switch this to slow, and I was almost right, 50%. Talonflame does lead, and then there's a Tyranitar as well, which Mega Evolves, catching, I'm assuming, a U-turn here, or a Will-O-Wisp rather, from the Talonflame. Talonflame should drop to a Stone Edge here anyways, as we're just going to see rocks come out. So good play on TNT Spark. Getting the burn off on the T-Tar is going to be very nice for the longevity of his team. I'm assuming a U-turn comes out now, as it does. So Kill over-predicting there, making the prediction for the switch or the U-turn doesn't end up paying off, as we see a Stone Edge now come out, doing only 35% to that Clefable. So I think this is a very specially defensive Clefable, considering that that's a burn Stone Edge, which is crazy. But over here, we're going to see him go for what looks to be a Soft Boiled and recover back some HP, getting back some more health with leftovers, correct? Is that what he has? No, he doesn't have leftovers. I missed that. But another 40%. That's 3 Stone Edges in a row, and that's a Cosmic Power there. Ooh, that's going to be annoying. Okay, well, this can be very, very problematic, and we see it's Magic Guard too, so unless Thunder Wave is coming out, there's the missed Stone Edge. We're going to see what it looks to be another Soft Boil. Yep, exactly, another Soft Boil comes out, and this thing's at +1 defense and +1 special defense. This could be very annoying and could really cause problems a lot. So in comes the Araquanid. What is Araquanid going to do here? This Clefable gets the +2 in both his defense and special defense. Insane. +3 now. Jeez, what is going to break this thing? I wonder. Well, we're going to see a Liquidation. That's 21%, and I guess there you go, defense drops. That could be a thing. So we're going to see another Cosmic Power come out. He's got to focus on getting as many defense drops as possible. I wonder what the Clefable is going to do to try and get the KO on these things. It's going to go for Moonblast. What's it going to do? Well, in comes the Excadrill here. As we see a Soft Boil, this thing is basically back to full. Maybe it's a Berry. I could definitely see that being a thing, as we see a Swords Dance come out as a way to kind of handle the, Store Power, there we go. As a way to kind of, the Swords Dance, let's pause it. That Swords Dance can kind of handle a bit of what the Clefable wants to do in terms of defensively. Store Power is good and everything, but that's the problem. You need to have a better way to hit the Excadrill. I think Flamethrower still would have done more, but hey, we're going to see what happens as a +2 Iron Head through Berry does half. And it's Life Orb, that's why. So we're going to see what looks to be another Store Power here. And honestly, if this Clefable can have a bit of a trade, then that's really good. But we see it's just going to switch out, keeping it around, and there's a prediction on the switch. Great play by Kill there, really helpful, because if he did not get that play right, then he basically would have lost his drill, and that's massive. But in comes the Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl has very little switch-ins, so we're going to see the Weezing come out here. Is it going to be neutralizing gas? It is not going to be neutralized and gas as he forgets to Mega Evolve, it looks like. And we're just going to see him switch out into the Nidoking. And what is this going to do? Clear Smog, Strange Steam, Pain Split. Okay, not the end of the world here. Bit of recovery back for kills kills Weezing, that's it. And we're going to see the Araquanid come in now as there's a sub on the Nidoking. We know this is not Black Sludge or leftovers, so we're going to see him go for an Ice Beam now. And that's the best thing you can do to hit it. Oh, dude, that sucks. That's unfortunate. Really, really bad that that's the only thing you can use to hit it. Waste of HP on the Nidoking. Switching out into the Clefable. Clefable's not going to chew this. Clefable is going to drop, right? Yeah, Clefable's just going to drop. What is going to happen? What is TNT going to do? This game was looking so promising for him, but Kill is able to just really bring it back. In comes the Aerodactyl. I imagine there's going to be another dual Wing Beat coming out here as Sand is going to pick up. And we're going to see what looks to be a Mega Evolution. And if there's a Dragon Dance. Oh, there's a Dragon Dance there. Oh, that is big. That is really, really big. I don't think it's going to outspeed the Drill, but that's pretty big there. Do we see a Roost here? We don't see a Roost, but we see a KO on the Tyranitar here. That's a really, really strong play, putting a lot of work there. And we're going to see maybe Excadrill come out. Now, question is, Excadrill outspeed at +1? It does. Okay. So, losing that, I think, is basically the game. I don't think that TNT has really a way out, unless he manages to get rid of Sand. And we see a Jirachi come out here with an Air Balloon. Okay, that's a pretty decent way to get rid of Sand, at least decently well. Is there going to be a flinch on the Jirachi, though? Is there going to be a flinch? No flinch, but we see an Encore. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Well, if he wants to, he can either lose his Drill here or switch out, which looks like he's going to switch out, and we're going to see what might be a Wish come off from the Jirachi. This Jirachi might be very, very annoying for him to deal with, but the good news for him is he still has access to his Excadrill, and we're going to see a Fire Blast miss on the Jirachi. Didn't matter too much because there is a Wish coming back, but the Jirachi is now at full. Probably would have been at like 80% after the fact. Regardless, Flash Cannon gets the KO on the Weezing. Very nice, but game is still far from over. I think Kill definitely has a really good shot. It goes for Sandstorm Latios. Ooh, very cool play. Now there's no more Balloon. And let's see, is this going to be a Smooth Rock Latios? Is that the case? But anyways, in comes the Nidoking here. It can go for a sub if it wants, but we just see Latios outspeed, get the KO with Draco. Very, very nice. And we might just see this be the game because at this point he's got 2 Mons left. There's a whole ass Araquanid there for the Blastoise. I don't really see an option for TNT to win, but in comes the Araquanid. What's going to happen here? We see a Shell Smash expected. Yeah, we knew that was coming. And then is there like a random Rock Slide? Is that going to KO this thing? Does Blastoise even get Rock Slide? I can't remember if it does or not, but we're going to see here another Shell Smash. Okay, this isn't going to do enough. Toxic. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's see. Does this thing get the KO? Is there going to be a KO on the Araquanid here? Rock Slide comes out, it KOs, there we go. Physical Blastoise, putting in the work, way to go. Great, great bring on TNT's part. Is it going to be enough though? There is a Smooth Rock holding Excadrill, and we're going to see an Ice Beam now get the KO on the Latios. There's 3 more turns, 2 more turns left of Sand. Honestly, if the Audino has Protect, it can do it, but based on the fact that he didn't go Audino, I don't think he does. And I think this is going to be the game here. Well done. Well done, TNT. TNT looks like he's going to move on to the semifinals. Off the back. Oh, but not over. Can Audino stall it out? Wow, he might have choked there. He might have choked there by not going into Audino. First of all, Audino might have been able to take the hit. But we're going to see a Flash Cannon. That is nothing. This is going to come down to the wire. A Flamethrower. There's Wish on this. Both Pokemon have Wish. I'm assuming the Audino has Wish. Another Flash Cannon. The Audino's at 50%. We're going to see another Flamethrower. Is there going to be a burn here at some point? Or a special defense drop? Oh, is this Scarf or like, does it not have access to Wish? That is so unfortunate. Okay, let's pause this and unpack. So, the game is over, TNT advances. I'm not gonna lie, I did not see a route where TNT could advance, especially after I saw the Latios, but the Rock Slide was a really good play on the Araquanid, of course. Something that he could have done, he could have scouted for by going into the Audino at that point at +4 it would have been. I don't think Audino took the hit, but it still had a better chance of taking the hit than the Araquanid did. And at the same time, he was able to scout a bit more. And even then, going to the Latios, I think was a mistake. At that point, he had to go into the Audino and try to take the hit because Latios isn't taking the hit, Excadrill isn't taking the hits. All you have to do was just weaken the Blastoise, get rid of the Blastoise. And if you did, then goodbye to the Jirachi because you have Excadrill in the back. Now, maybe Excadrill didn't KO it. Maybe it didn't. And maybe that Fire Blast miss is going to come back to bite him in the butt. But at the end of the day, TNT brought the right set, the mixed Blastoise with Shell Smash, put in a lot of work, and good on him for advancing to the semifinals. So well done. Kill had a really good season, really scary team. Honestly, I'm looking at it. Would Chandelure have made much of a difference? No. Would Talonflame, not Talonflame, what's it called? Tornadus made much of a difference? No, it wouldn't have. But it is what it is. I think TNT just brought the right sets and it put in a lot of work for him. I was very confused about the Nidoking, but hey, what are you gonna do? Very good game, very good season on Kill's part, and let's say good luck to TNT moving on to the semifinals. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our next match. Which is gonna be, whoops, that's the wrong thing. Boom, there we go. This is the next match. We have Roy Mustang against Pat Mac. This should be a really solid game here. Pat Mac is the one, if you guys don't know, he's the one who does the game of the week, who gets the voting in for that from the coaches. So thank you to him. Make sure to give him some love down in the comments. His team is on the right, Roy Mustang's team is on the left. We see another Tornadus, we see another Chandelure. And all right. Wait, that should not be a Bulbasaur. I don't know why there's a Bulbasaur on the screen there. I messed that up. Let me try and fix that right now on the fly. That's for Roy's team. It's a Colossal, right? Is that what it is? He's supposed to have 11 Pokemon, I believe, right? That's what it is. Yeah, he has 11 Pokemon. There should not be a Bulbasaur there. So ignore the Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur does not exist. Okay, I'm actually just gonna quickly fix this up. Whoops, let's just do it. Yeah, no, let's not fix it up. It doesn't matter. All right, no Bulbasaur. Ignore this thing. It does not exist. Whatever. Anyways, Pat Mac's team, looking at it, Freeze Dry decimates Roy's team. It really does, outside of Colossal and Bronzong. And for those things, there's a Gliscor and there's a Volcanion, which both pressure them extremely well. Megatitar, little bit confused about what exactly it's going to be doing on this team, but hey, it is what it is. I think it definitely has some usefulness. There is three really good answers to fighting types in the Togekiss, the Gliscor, and the Gengar, but his Psychic type does not resist, and he also has one of his best Pokemon being Kyurem, which is weak to it as well. So yeah, it can be very difficult for him to deal with fighting types, and there's a whole lot of Buzzwole on the other team. So I really don't know who's going to get the win here just looking at the matchup. I think that Padmax Kyurem has an amazing matchup this game. It can really take advantage of the Toxic Peck, just subbing up on it. Sub, Roost, Freeze Dry, and like Earth Power could do a lot of work outside of the Bronzong specifically, and if he has a way to beat the Bronzong, which he does with Volcanion and with Gengar, then it could be very difficult for Roy to beat Pat Mac's team, Pat Mac's Kyurem specifically. Other than that though, there is the Gliscor, which is extremely bulky. If I'm Roy, I'm trying to get rid of that thing's Toxic Orb as soon as possible, like ASAP, and then hope that I can get the Togekiss to go for a Heal Bell or something. And that way, like I might bring, if I was Roy, a team full of like toxic spikes, a team with a lot of toxic shenanigans and T-Wave and everything like that on the Silvally, for example, as a way to force the Togekiss to go for that Heal Bell. And if it doesn't, then everything else is paralyzed or toxic, and that's going to be a really good way to win. I think that's a really good way to beat Gliscor teams, because you want to wear them down as much as possible and force them to get rid of their Toxic Orb, which having two amazing knockoff users in Tornadus and Crocodile helps you do a lot. What else is there going to be? Crocodile, if the Gliscor is gone, then Crook really goes in. Yes, there's a Togekiss there, and yes, there's the Virizion, which either is immune or resists the stab, but you have access to Fire Fang, you have access to Stone Edge 2, which are two different ways to hit these things for great damage, so it's definitely a possibility as well. Shaman's Seed Flare can really weaken things a lot. It's a fantastic wall breaker. It outspeeds a lot of different things on Pat Mac's team too. I think the only things it doesn't outspeed are going to be the Boltund, Virizion, and the Gengar as well, so it can be very difficult for Pat Mac to take the Seed Flares, especially coming from a very offensive Shaman. Silvally's Parting Shot is not going to be super good in this matchup, I don't think, because Metagross has Clear Body, and then the rest of the team would probably rather get hit by U-Turn or something, or would probably... it would appreciate more getting hit by Parting Shot than U-Turn. That's what it is. But yeah, I definitely think that Silvally's a solid bring as potentially a Silvally Ice might be solid here. And the reason I say that is because it's a way to hit the Gliscor for great damage, and as well as the Togekiss, and it has good enough coverage and speed to outspeed things like the Volcanion and the Metagross. Yes, there is Bullet Punch, but having a Having a Bronzong is a really solid check to Metagross. Having a Buzzwole is also a really solid check to Metagross. That's out of a couple of specific sets that I'm not going to get into here. So I definitely see that as a possibility. If I'm Roy, I'm bringing the Tornadus, I'm bringing the Crocodile, I'm bringing Silvally, I'm bringing Shaman, I'm bringing Buzzwole. That's 5. And then I think I'm also, he can't bring Toxapex. He can't. Like, having Toxapex is great and everything. As a solid mod, it's a really good way to handle Volcanion, but Volcanion is just one thing, and then there's Kyurem, which it can set up all over on. Unless his Toxapex comes, if it does come, I would anticipate to have enough investment to be able to break Kyurem's sub, 100%, 100%. What else? Maybe Chandelure as a backup answer to things like Metagross. Scarf Chandelure can do a lot of things like the Gengar and stuff. It also could be a Trick Room set, which should actually be very good here. Trick Room set would be very nice to have. He just has to weaken the Tyranitar, so yeah, I think we're going to say that. We're going to say Tornadus, Silvally, Chandelure, Bronzong, Buzzwole. Oh, wait, let's try this again. I said Tornadus. No, what I said was Tornadus, Crook, Silvally, Shaman, Bronzong, or Buzzwole. And then I said I need to have Bronzong or Colossal come. One of them has to come or else he doesn't have any answers to Kyurem. So maybe the Shaman doesn't come. So we're going to say Tornadus, Silvally, Chandelure, Bronzong, Buzzwole, Crocodile. Those are the 6 we're going to say. In terms of Padmax side, I definitely really like I said, Gliscor, Kyurem, Volcanion. I love Togekiss here as well. It's going to be a very solid way to be an immunity to Crocodile's Earthquakes, as well as be able to take the knockoffs and not lose its potentially Toxic Orb that Gliscor really values. I think that Gengar as well, a very, very strong Pokemon in this game too, as a way to just really beat down the Bronzong. Just quick sidebar. Silvally might actually be Silvally normal. It could be really solid as Silvally normal, just being super bulky and really annoying things. And outside of the Virizion, it can kind of deal with everything, which is really solid. So I was saying Gliscor, Kyurem, Volcanion, Togekiss. I think Gengar comes, and then I think I'll say Metagross. I don't think Mega T-Tar is going to be the best spring in the world. Yeah, it could be really good here because it has a way to get up rocks. It resists Ghost, which is nice. So, I think yeah, we're gonna say Tyranitar over Metagross, and the reason I say that is because I think it's more likely that the Silvally comes as being normal than being Ice, which is what I suggested. Ice is honestly a terrible typing. I don't know why I suggested that. That's a terrible typing. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, like I said, I think those 6 are gonna be coming on Padmax side. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go ahead and find the battle. And is this the battle? That is the battle, and now you guys can see it too. Boom, there we go. So, what is Roy missing? Roy is missing the... What is he missing? He has the Crook. Yeah, those 3 are coming. Silvally, Bronzong. He brought the Chandelure. No Buzzwole. That's what he's missing. Okay, I'm very surprised to no Buzzwole, but it paid off because there's no Mega T-Tar on Padmax side, and it looks like we were originally right about Padmax minus the T-Tar. He ended up bringing the Metagross. That was the 50-50 that I was thinking there anyways, but I think this is going to be a really cool game. Let's go ahead and jump into it. In terms of leads, I'm going to think a Torn lead against a... Usually I would say a Gliscor lead, but because of the knockoff situation, I think Tornadus is a really good lead against this team. I would say that Gliscor would not be the lead because he doesn't want to lose out on his Toxic Orb. So I definitely think that Volcanion, as weird as it sounds, could be a really good lead because it hits a lot of things for really good damage, and by chance he's like a Scarf set, then it can do a lot of work. So let's see what happens. Let's pop this on. We're going to see a lead of Chandelure and a lead of Kyurem. Okay, I got both of them wrong. Interesting leads here. Free Earth Power here for Kyurem, as we're going to see go into the Bronzong, which I managed to Levitate, as we see a Shadow Ball come out instead. There we go. That's a way to get around that. Very, very nice way to hit the Bronzong here. And we're going to see a switch into the Gliscor. Bronzong does not get access to any move that gets rid of items, so we can see a very free Toxic Orb pop off for the Gliscor, as that's what we do see exactly as the Bronzong gets up rocks. And there's a knockoff now getting rid of the leftovers on Bronzong. That is huge because, oh, skill swap. Interesting. That's a way to start poisoning the Gliscor. I don't think it's going to help much here, but it is what it is. We're going to see the Torn come in, and we're going to see a U-turn now from the Gliscor. It's going to reset the skill swap, and there you go. That's why skill swap just wasn't super useful here. In a 6v6 game, skill swap is not that great. Anyways, Metagross is going to come in. That's his check to the Tornadus, as it's not really a check, as it takes over half from the Tornadus' Dark Pulse, and maybe he'll survive this hit. Maybe that was a max roll. Maybe he invested for that, but hey, we're going to see Kyurem come in. It is going to be Boots here, so that's good to know. And we see an Icy Wind come out on the Kyurem, as we, I guess, expected it to go into the Togekiss, for instance. But anyways, in comes Silvally Steel as another way to handle the Kyurem's Freeze Dry, and we're going to see that come out. Freeze Dry from the Kyurem. Silvally Steel can be very annoying here. Do we see a parting shot, a U-turn? What are we going to see here from the Silvally Steel? You see boots on the Volcanion as well, and there's the parting shot. So what is he going to go into here? Tornadus comes out, and this is going to not be boots, so it's not boots on Torn. That's very, very big. We see an Air Slash come out doing minimal damage to that Volcanion as it gets flinched. That flinch is pretty big there because you could weaken this Tornadus effectively, and now that double flinch, oh, that really sucks. And now it's getting 2 hits off on the Tornadus would have been absolutely massive. It outsped his entire team. That is super, super unfortunate. We're going to see Kyurem come back in. We know it's boots. He's going to go into the Bronzong here. Bronzong is not going to appreciate any hit here. We're going to see him go for a Freeze Dry again. And at this point, he can just go for a free Shadow Ball and get the KO on the Bronzong, which is exactly what he ends up doing. So down goes the Bronzong. Damn. Okay. That's a little unfortunate for the Bewares. I'm still held up on the flinches with the Volcanion there. Damn. Anyways, in comes the wow, okay. Sorry, in comes the Silvally. He goes for Defog there. Interesting. I'm surprised he went for that considering that the rocker is still around for Padmac, and the rocker for Roy Mustang is gone. But he goes for a knockoff here. A bit of a waste of a move there on the Silvally, unless he expected a parting shot to come out. But we're going to see a switch out into the Metagross. Metagross is going to be taking a multi-attack steal, not going to be doing too much. And at this point, he can't go for a parting shot because of the clear body. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Could be mistaken on that. But anyways, he switches out into the Crocodile. Crocodile is not Intimidate. That's good to know. And we see an Earthquake do about half. So this could definitely be Scarf Crook. We definitely can see that. The fact that it's not Intimidate is a really good tell to that it might be Scarf Crook. But we're going to see Togekiss come out. And do we see a Steel move or a Rock move? No, we see a knockoff getting rid of a Scope Lens. Okay, what? Crit Togekiss with Super Luck. Interesting. Well, it is what it is. That looks like it's to me going to be an offensive set. But if I'm Padmac, I get out because he revealed the Icy Wind, and he goes into the Kyurem here, as Kyurem is going to take what looks to be an Icy Wind, right? Yeah, it is an Icy Wind that crits minus the speed drop. And we're going to see, I assume, something like an Earth Power here on the prediction. Is that what we see? We are going to see a Roost come out. Okay. It is what it is. That's fine. This thing does have Roost. It probably does have Earth Power as well. We see a multi-attack come out on the Metagross, taking good 14%, not doing anything at all. And he can just keep attacking with the Metagross. Metagross is going to be able to do a lot of damage to everything. Does he go for the Earthquake again? That's what Roy Mustang thinks is going to happen, as he does not. He just gets the Rocks up, which is super useful for this game. And do we see a switch out now into the Kyurem? We do. The Kyurem looks to be his only answer to the Tornadus here, as we see a Sludge Bomb come out. If there's a poison there, that's going to be very detrimental to Padmac's chances here, as we see the Silvally come out. And we know this is the check. We see another Freeze Dry come out. Slowly but surely, just weakening this thing down. Slowly but surely. A switch out to the Metagross. It looks to be a very free switching, considering there's no access to fire coverage, but he pulls the double going into the Chandelure. Great play there. And that's a fantastic play. It really puts him to a winning position, because now Gliscor is basically going to be a sack here on a fire move, right? It's going to be Overheat. And Overheat will get the KO on the Gliscor. Getting that KO is massive. That's really big. Wow. But in comes the Gengar here. I imagine a Specs Shadow Ball or a Scarf Shadow Ball, or just a Shadow Ball in general, is going to be coming out here, as that is exactly what we're going to see, and that is enough. Thankfully, there's Rocks there. There's enough to 2-hit KO. Maybe. It's going to be a roll, it looks like. 2-hit KO the Shaman. Doesn't want to take that risk, though, as he goes into the Kyurem here, as we're going to see him go for a Leech Seed. Ooh, good play there on the switch out. And at this point in time, if I'm Padmac, I'm switching out. I cannot let the Silvally get healthy, as we see a sub come out from the sub seed from the Shaman. Interesting. This thing is pretty weak, though. It's just going to be able to get back a ton of HP, and that's really everything that's going to happen. We're seeing another sub here, and it's going to get back about the same amount of recovery every turn. It gets back about 6% from leftovers, and it's going to get back what, 13%. So it's a slow burn, but he's going to lose his Kyurem here. He's going to go for Roost here soon. He's got to. I mean, if I'm him, I got to switch out. You got to switch out at some point, because you're going to lose your Kyurem. And Kyurem is so good in this matchup. What are you going to do, Padmac? What are you going to do? I guess he's just going to let it go down. Wow. I guess he's just going to let it go down. So having this thing outspeed the Kyurem is really annoying. Insane. Let me take a sip of water. Another sub, and this looks like it's going to KO here. I think this is it. This should be the last turn. Is it? Wow. Wow. Crazy. Well, down goes the... Wow. Down goes the Kyurem, but the Gengar is in, and Gengar is life orb. I didn't even notice that last time. I should have noticed that, but down goes the Shaman, and in comes the Chandelure. Chandelure is not going to appreciate an attack, but it might be Scarfed, and it's going to switch out into the Togekiss, probably expecting it to be Scarfed, and we see a Flamethrower come out, and ooh, that's some good damage there, as we see another Flamethrower get the KO on the Togekiss, and I think this game is all but wrapped up. I'm not going to lie, the flinches were very big, and we're going to see another Flamethrower. Yeah, this is it, guys. This is going to be it. It looks like Roy Mustang will be advancing to the semifinals of the Ocean League. Okay. Let's have a quick discussion about it. Just pulls a double. Let's not talk about it yet. So down goes the Silvally, but we do know there's a Tornadus there that does have Dark Pulse. This Chandelure probably has access to Shadow Ball and was Scarfed, and yeah, it is Scarfed. So big play there, and down goes the Gengar, and that is going to be a 3-0 win for the Bristol City Bewares, coached by Roy Mustang. Okay, let's unpack this. Really unfortunate that the Volcanion got flinched down. If Volcanion does not get flinched down there, maybe he gets rid of the Tornadus. Maybe it's a Salt Vest, maybe it is, but getting rid of that Volcanion was massive, because if ever he goes into the Silvally, it's a 50-50. Does he go for a fire move like Flamethrower or Fire Blast, or does he go for a Steam Eruption? If he goes for a Steam Eruption, literally anything but Shaman is not appreciating that. If he goes for a fire move, literally anything but Chandelure is not appreciating that. So it's a big 50-50 there, and honestly, let's be honest about it, okay? Volcanion is bulky enough to take any hit from the Chandelure. So if he does go into Chandelure and gets the Flash Fire boost, he's not going to go for a fire move, okay? He's not. It's 4 times resisted. He's going to go for a Shadow Ball or something. Then Volcanion can take that hit, fire back a Steam Eruption, and get the KO. Losing Volcanion was a lot of it. That was a big reason. But that's not going to take away that Roy Mustang's team was really solid. The Sub-Seed, what's that thing called? Sub-Seed Shaman put in a lot of work. I'm surprised that Pat Mac did not go for the Sludge Wave there, especially after seeing the Shaman go for a Shadow Ball. Maybe he didn't have it. Maybe he wanted to make a prediction to go into something else, but not getting the damage off, not KOing the Shaman there was massive, because he could have had a way to pseudo handle things like the Tornadus, the Crocodile, and then he still has things in the back to handle the Chandelure. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Congratulations to Roy Mustang for moving on to the semifinals. Good job, Pat Mac, on a great season. Thank you so much for doing all that you do for the Ocean League Game of the Weeks. I really appreciate it, guys. Next week, I'm having a debate here. If this video can reach, let's say 40 likes, okay? We've been struggling to reach a lot of likes on these videos, but if this video can reach 40 likes, then I will cover both semifinal games for both leagues, okay? So 40 likes, we get both semifinals. It's gonna be an hour-long video basically, and it'll be 4 battles in total instead of 2. And you guys already know I'm gonna be covering both finals battles in 2 weeks, okay? So guys, that's gonna be it for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and as always, I will see you next time.